There we go. Mommy the turtle.
Oh my gosh, you did me. Thank you.
Dr. Codswallop. There we go.
Awesome. Love the eyebrows.
And then there's Reginald with the glasses. Sparky is in the works. And then a tour from way back when. Donnie and Ernie.
Dr. Zebra. EITR is in session. I would like to make a note that as of March 22nd of the year 2020, there was a significant event in the world that has caused great concern amongst the humans and that species. I believe that has caused great cause for concern amongst our characters in this room. Please acknowledge this March 22nd and discover what it is that has caused their concern. Dr. Zebra.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's so good to see everybody. Ernie, Tommy, Dr. Wally, Donnie, Reginald, Sparky, and Ronnie. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. So I suppose we should probably talk about this news. Have any of you noticed a change in the humans or in your environments because of it? Ernie, you want to get us started?
Well, actually, if I may.
Sure,
actually,
hi, Don. Reginald, hi.
Hello. There was quite a bit of difference in the amount of visitors that we'd been getting, you know, because the floodgates had sort of been open, and the human folk were just coming in droves, as they say. But then all of a sudden, that stopped. And no one really knew why. But this sort of explains that now, doesn't it?
Yes,
I know why. I know why.
Oh.
Dr. Wally, would you like to say more?
Yes, of course. I know why. It is because humans have faulty genes. It's faulty. They are doomed to die. Whereas I will not die.
Well, and
I
how do you
don't
feel
care.
about
I can all
this?
die because it won't affect me at all.
Dr. Wally, how do you feel about the prospect of the humans dying?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Hi, Anne.
Sparky, have you noticed any differences since March?
Well, not many humans come around my cave anyway, but my mom and dad said they don't see as many of them. They're a lot harder to catch.
Yes, but are you still having a steady diet nonetheless?
Oh yeah, there's still, you know, deer and horses and cows and things.
Sure. Well, I'm glad it hasn't impacted you quite the same. Donnie, how about you? Have you noticed any changes since this event?
Well, I'll tell you. Not really. Kinda, but not really. You know, in a way, but not completely. There's the amount of folks, you know, coming by and stopping by the farm, as it were, and that number has you know, kind of slowly worked its way down to you know, from practically nothing, and so I guess that would be a result of this. However, the farmer and his family, you know, they're all still there. And things are, you know, life still goes on, as they say. But amongst those of us residing there on the farm, you know, it really hasn't changed. Really hasn't changed all that much. No.
Okay. Oh, Ernie, I see that you look awfully happy. How are you doing? Have you noticed a change?
Well, I'm good. When Donnie's here, I'm happy. And I know Donnie, he has people like that pet him. Right? Like people pet you?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I would
Usually, not
love
always.
that. I
But
would
yeah,
love
that
to.
does happen. It does happen. Yeah.
I would love to pet you, but I'm afraid I would probably kill you, so I probably wouldn't pet you. But maybe I could borrow your prosthetic mane, because then I could just pet that like all the time. You know, because if you're not using it, I could use it and pet it. But other than that, I mean, I'm not getting as many peanuts thrown at me, which is nice, because I don't enjoy people throwing things at me and yelling at me. I'm lonely though when they don't. I mean, it's the only contact I have, except with Donnie.
Yes.
Who
of
I
course.
like to talk to Donnie.
Of
And
course.
if there were other donkeys, I would be very happy.
Yes.
But if it doesn't affect
So
donkeys,
I would too. Yeah. I would.
if it doesn't affect
I really
donkeys,
would. I really would.
I'm fine.
I think we could all agree the world would be better with more donkeys. Ronnie,
Yes,
how
it
are you
would.
doing today? Have you noticed a change as a result of this new event?
Well, no, not where I live. Where I live, we don't have a lot of people. And I guess this only affects, people. So, but I tell you, my friends, can I talk about my friend Sally? Or is that for another time?
No, go right ahead. Yes, please.
Oh, well, my friend Sally, she has got the hots, I'd say. She's got the hots for this. I don't know exactly what he is because I'm not familiar, but he's got he's shiny. He's shiny. He's shiny and he's got this long thing that kind of spurts out noise and things. And because Sally is so tall, I don't know, she's like 8 feet tall or 9 feet. She's like, I don't know, could be 100 feet tall. She is so tall. I don't even know. But she is so tall, her head does not even go over this long thing that she's got such a crush on.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh,
Wow.
It sounds rather frightening, It
Yeah.
does.
Does she pet
How
it?
does she cope with that sort of thing?
Yes.
Well, all she does is talk about it. She just talks about it all the time.
Huh.
Does she snuggle with it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Does she snuggle with her friend?
Well, she snuggles with it. I don't ever see it snuggle back. But she
Well,
rubs on it and she
does
really likes it. And it
do
doesn't
they-
move.
Do they lick each other?
I haven't really seen her lick it, but I don't think it's licked her
Because
either.
that's usually between close friends. You lick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have anyone to lick at all ever. I'd love to lick a donkey.
Yes, we all know you would, Ernie.
Not in my lifetime. No.
Oh, you would like it. I have a very smooth.
Oh, I seriously doubt that. I do. I seriously doubt that.
I could hold you with my nose and then just lick the mane.
Well, now let's go back to the rules of the group. If everybody remembers, there's
Thank
no
you. Thank you.
cavorting
Thank
and no fraternizing with one
Thank you.
another while group is in session for these weeks.
How will I
Ernie,
ever
remember
see
that
Donnie?
conversation?
How will I ever see Donnie?
Oh, it'll happen for you.
I
Say,
don't
Ronnie,
think
I
it
want to
will.
ask you, where are you located right now, you and Sally and your other friends?
I think someone called it Sudan. I don't know who Sue and Dan are, but I haven't met them.
Dan, I don't know them.
I don't know them either.
So you're out in a field, you're surrounded by grass or trees, or
Well, where I am, there's some trees, there's lots of grass, there's bunches of bushes and that kind of thing. And there used to be trucks that would come around on the outside, right?
Uh-huh.
They don't come in. They're not allowed to come in. There's barbed wire,
Uh-huh.
right? I know what that's called because I run into it a few times.
Sure.
Like it.
But
Donnie has it.
Donnie has barbed wire.
Mhm.
That hurts. You know it hurts.
Yeah, that's some, not a lot. There's mostly it's just a regular fence, wire kind of fence. But there's a couple of spots.
I assume there was barbed wire.
Well, it doesn't so
in a-
much hurt.
You
Doesn't so much hurt my skin, but it tears up my clothes.
Yes, of
Absolutely
course.
tears up my clothes.
wear
Yes.
clothes.
Well, when I can get them. Yeah.
Where do you get clothes? I would like to wear clothes. Maybe if I could, a donkey outfit. But where do you get clothes that fit you? Because you and I, we're big and fat.
Well, you know, the people that come in when they get in, when they're not supposed to get in,
Oh yeah.
there are those who like to eat people, and the clothes are just left.
The people eat people?
Oh, no.
No. There's animals that eat people, creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, but not donkeys. Donkeys don't.
Well, I don't either. I like bushes myself.
Yeah, I don't eat people. I kill them sometimes, and I don't mean to. Don't.
Well,
Accidents
I've
do
not
happen.
really killed anybody, but yeah,
Yeah.
But you could if you wanted to. But I don't
I
want to.
could.
Yeah.
Sparky, I
Yeah.
noticed that your face lit up when we were talking about eating people. What did I catch that correctly? You looked a little excited.
People are delicious.
Are they?
They don't have as much fur.
Mhm.
So
I agree. If I were bigger, I would eat people. Because they
Dr.
seem
Wally?
to be, that would give them a purpose, I think. I mean, I would have a purpose for people if I could use them as food. Otherwise, they're worthless.
But you know, I'm not one to point at others. You know, everybody is who they are, and everybody does what they do, and that sort of thing. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But in my humble opinion, you know, just mine. It's humble. My humble opinion is that the consumption of meat is I don't understand that. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I really don't. I really don't.
I don't
really
See,
don't.
so I'm kind of like a donkey. You would look at me and you'd think, that elephant looks like a donkey. Don't you all think that?
Sure.
no.
I think I'm
Not the
getting
slightest.
closer.
Not in the slightest.
If I had a mane, don't you think?
Sorry. No.
Don't you think?
No.
No?
No.
I need more personal observation of donkeys.
Sorry, Ernie. I think that the consensus is you do look quite a bit like an elephant. See,
Well,
I'd
I
like
look kind of like a rhino, kind of like,
maybe from behind. Maybe from behind.
yeah, from
Check in with
behind.
Tommy for
You
a
couldn't
minute.
even tell. You look at me,
My
Ronnie,
behind is much
when we're
smaller
like
than
drinking
your
water, you wouldn't even know. You would say, hey, there's two, maybe they're donkeys, I don't know. But you would look at us and you would think that we're the same creature.
Donnie, you just rolled your eyes. Do you want to comment on that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying, Doc. You know, Doc. I'm trying to follow the rules. I'm trying to, you know, be constructive and
Yes, I know.
not make comments that are, you know, tear them down or negative, that sort of thing. I'm really trying. I'm really
Yes, you
trying
are.
here. I really am. But there are times when that door gets open and you just want to run right through it, and I'm really trying not to. Really.
I don't know what you mean, Donnie. But it sounds good. I like to hear your voice. I'm just wondering, though, okay, if you were, say, for instance, Ronnie and I were to visit your farm with the green grass and the clean pond, if we were to visit, just as a for instance, maybe, and you were to see us drinking in the pond with our feet in the grass, would you think, hey, I could be friends with both of them? Would you think that?
Ronnie, you look very happy and eager. I see quite a look on your face. Do you want to put words to that?
Oh, well, yeah. Would you? I mean, I just would, yeah, please. Let us come over. Drink from a clean pond. Yeah.
I got to tell you. Let me tell you. I want to tell you, so let me tell you.
Tell us, Donnie.
I am, for the most part, I am very open. Really, I am.
You
Ask
are
anyone.
open.
Anybody
Yeah,
in the barnyard will tell you. You know, the ducks, the geese, I don't differentiate one from the other. You know, I'm very open. I really am. And so in a situation such as that, if let us say that you were to be there, and and then that would be the case, then yeah, I'd give you a chance. I'd give you the benefit of the doubt. I really would. I really would.
That sounds great. Let's go, Ronnie. Let's go.
Donnie, I think you've made two animals very, very happy. Unfortunately, I don't see this happening while we are in therapy because, again, to reinforce the rules, we are not going to be hanging out with others outside of therapy. I'm so sorry. Tommy, I'm going to call out. We haven't heard from you yet today. How are you doing, Tommy?
What? Is this session?
Yes, we are in session.
Oh, we're in session. I heard voices. I know I hear them. I was at home. That's where I am these days. Yeah, I've been at home.
You've been home. Have you noticed any changes in the humans around you lately?
They get old and die. I noticed that. Oh, yeah, they get old and die. I've seen that. Everybody I've ever known's dead. So some kid now throws me my cabbage. He'll be dead too eventually. I really don't know how long they live, but it seems like a very short time.
Well, compared to you, yes, yeah.
Well, you do understand, don't you, that there is this thing that the humans tend to refer to as the circle of life, It's
What's
the
that?
circle of life. It's sort of the process that all living things must go through. And
Really?
for some, it's much shorter than for others, actually.
Yeah, what? So are you telling me then that y'all aren't going to die, are you?
Oh, yes.
Most of us
die?
eventually.
How do you do it?
For another, yes.
Tell me how you do it.
Sparky, you're shaking your head no. Can you say more about that?
Well, my parents are, I don't know how old they are. They've been around forever.
Oh, Sparky. Hey, Sparky. You got skin similar to mine. And
Have skin.
so I guess you and I live forever. But I'd like to get around to try to figure out how to be more like these other creatures. Maybe it's the scales. Well, I got the shell. You don't have the shell, so it can't be that.
I don't have a shell.
What is it?
I have wings.
Wings? Oh, I like wings. Yes, you would, wouldn't you? Well, yeah, I would. I would. And I think you were talking about eating. I was kind of hungry, so I poked my head out, had a little bit of cabbage. I really don't like it. I really don't like the cabbage. It's all they feed me, though. I get cabbage every day. So, maybe if I die, no cabbage no more.
Maybe if you ate something different.
Well,
What do you think, Ronnie? What would you suggest?
Well, I mean, maybe it's the cabbage that's keeping you alive.
Really? Maybe just stop eating the cabbage.
It's a thought.
Thank you, Ronnie. I think that's very insightful. I appreciate that.
Okay, so I just stay in my house. I don't come out.
Don't eat.
Don't eat the cabbage, and I'll die.
Don't eat anything.
I don't eat my house. I mean, I hate when things get in there because I'm in there all the time. So when something gets in my house, it's like, how you say, chafes.
I understand chafing.
So I don't like it. I don't like to chafe. And when I chafe, I might chafe for years.
I would imagine that would be rather uncomfortable.
Oh, it is. You don't even know. You don't have to carry your house around with you. You can tell I don't know how you guys work, but I carry my house around with me. Kind of a burden. But, it's a living.
But I gotta say, if I may, Doc, if I may,
Please.
I gotta say that this whole conversation here about the longevity thing and the scales and the no scales and what have you.
Yes.
There's something in me. There's something in me that says that's really not it. That's not what does it. It can't be what does it. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because just the other day we had this little what you call it, the lizard kind of thing show up in the farmyard, and he's got scales. You know, he's got scales,
Yeah.
and he's you know looked kind of similar to the two of you, you know, in some different ways.
Oh.
And I'll tell you, within 2-3 hours. And so I don't think it's the scales that do it, really, because, you know, he didn't last very long. So, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Did you step on him?
Me? No, I didn't.
Because if you step on someone without a shell, it's a pretty easy way to kill him. But me, step on me? Heck, Ernie could step on me. I think I'd be fine. My house is like well, it is a rock, really. When I hide in it, people think it's a rock. Just stay in the rock.
Well, as we are moving towards the end of this session, I wanted to ask a question for you all. We've talked about humans and the impact of this recent event on our lives with the humans. And I'm wondering if maybe we could talk just for a minute before we end about how we are doing with or without the humans in our lives. What is one thing in your life that you could do this week to make your life a little better? Ernie, I'm going to ask you not to mention Donnie in your answer. What is one thing we could do differently this week to make our lives better? Ronnie, would it be okay to start with you with this question? Just a sentence or two.
All right. Yeah, well.
Ruffles.
I could probably,
More ruffles, maybe.
More ruffles?
Yeah, she likes ruffles.
I do like ruffles.
Yes.
You know, there's a, we won't go there. Something that I could do that would make my life better would be just to lay in the sun by the water hole a little bit longer and get more sleep.
That sounds lovely. Could you commit to doing that this week?
Sure.
Great. Dr. Wally, how about you? What would you maybe do differently this week to just improve the quality of your life a little bit?
Destroy the net.
Destroy the net.
Destroy it, obliterate it, and then rule the world. Of course, I think it'll be easier now with this whatever the apocalypse that these humans have brought upon themselves. I can just rule the world now, which would be fine with me. I think it's about time someone with real intelligence, with an education from Chico, Cal State, would rule things for a change.
Yeah. May I just make a recommendation with your response, Dr. Wally, that perhaps if the netting is not destroyable, is there anything else you could possibly do? I want you to think about that between now and next week. If the netting is not terrible, you cannot destroy it, maybe there's something else you could change.
Sparky, would you be able to fly here and burn my net? Because if you could burn the net, well, there we are then. You and I, we could rule the world together.
I don't want to rule the world, but I could burn it. I could burn a net. I don't know where you are. What if I burned you too?
I wouldn't mind, really. I mean,
but of course, that would sort of go against the group rules, you see, of not fraternizing. So that would be a bit of a difficulty.
Thank you, Reginald. Thank you. I appreciate you chiming in on that. Thank you. Sparky, what might you decide to change if you could change one thing between now and next week to make your life better?
Oh, what I'd really like to do is go to school with other creatures.
No,
But
there's no school now.
I know.
I think that's just for the people, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when my parents bring in the next animal, I could get them to not cook it so quick, and we could be friends.
Oh, that sounds like a nice. That sounds like a nice step to make a friend. I hope that works out for you. That's great, and I hope it's delicious afterwards as well. Donnie, what might you change in the coming week?
Oh gosh, wow. Change.
Yeah, something you could do to make your life a little better.
Well, I gotta say, at this point in time, things are pretty good. They're pretty good. Make it better, possibly. Not have to, engage in any of the activities around the farmyard. That might be one of the few ways. Not many, because it's pretty good as it is, as I've said. But I'll tell you, even with the fewer people that have been showing up, very few, the petting and then the crowds and all that, even with that, there's still a lot to do. A lot of activity going on. And so maybe if I could take some time just off to the side, maybe that might be a good thing. That might be. I can't say it is, but it might be.
Would you be safe in making that choice?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I don't think the farmer would get too terribly upset because, you got kind of a schedule going on. And so when things are going to happen. And so after he brings out the breakfast, then I got some time. So I could do it then. That's something like that. You know what I mean?
That sounds great.
Dr.
Ernie,
Zebra.
hi. What, without Donnie being part of your response, what else might you want to try to change in your life to make your life better this week?
I have a suggestion for Donnie. Maybe this is not me saying that I'm just saying maybe if Donnie asks for a transfer to the zoo. That would make him happy. Not that I'm happy here. I mean, it's a very unhappy place, but I think the zoo needs donkeys. I do. I don't think we have any.
Yeah.
Which I think is very unfair for the children. They come here and they say, where are the donkeys? No donkeys. Let's go look at the elephant. You mean the big fat thing? Yeah, let's look at that and throw peanuts at it. It's not fun for me. So I don't know. What can I do? I already do what Ronnie said. That's all I do. Lay around, sleep. And they say, oh, the elephant man, now there's not kids, so I don't really have to go outside.
You don't run?
I can't run.
Huh.
Surrounded by rocks. And there's a fence and rocks. Maybe I could pretend that my rocks are donkeys. Or maybe I could get a duck.
A duck.
A duck.
Perhaps. Reginald.
I wouldn't eat it and I wouldn't kill it.
No.
He'd
He'd stand on your back, maybe. Yeah.
In the water. Yeah.
Okay. Reginald, what's one thing that you can control that you might be able to change this week to improve the quality of your life?
Well, I think that one of the few areas that I could do something about in the upcoming 7 days that we've got facing us, one of the few things that I do have a bit of control over is associating with the others in our enclosure, the other giraffes, And I tend to not associate. I tend to just stay by myself, And it does get rather lonely after a while. Yes. And so perhaps if I spent a little more time associating with the others, that perhaps that would bring about some pleasant experience, perhaps. I don't know.
We could, you could still maybe petition to get us an Africa enclosure, and then you know what we could do? We could hang out, and then Ronnie could come join us too.
And Sally. Reggie, you might even already know Sally. How many of you are there?
There's lost count, I think about half a dozen. So not tremendous.
You have half a dozen of you?
Oh yes, yes. Of course, most of us are related to each other, so that makes it
Dr.
not
Zebra.
quite conducive for socializing, family and all that. So
Bog is talking.
I'm so sorry. The session will be finishing in just 1 minute. Thank you.
What's that?
We are having to wrap up, Tommy, so we have to be done with the session. We have 1 minute left.
What does it matter? What's
Well,
the time?
Yeah, I know time is all relative for you, but
Yeah, it is. Doesn't matter.
Quite limited. So we're going to wrap it up. I really appreciated seeing all of you today. I encourage you to take those positive steps for change to make your life a little better for the coming week.
Really?
Next time we will talk about the word community. Okay? I will see you next week. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Zebra.
End scene. Oh, that was so much fun.
Can I just say how hard it was to keep my mouth shut and not to
Sorry.
There were so many times that I just wanted to become a character.
I think we should include a part about Zebra Lives Matter. And be
What?
political. I think you should include Zebra Lives Matter in there,
Zebra Lives Matter.